So that's how you get them, guys. That pretty much covers everything. I don't want to cover anything else with this new patch regarding this live stream anyway. So let's do it from the beginning. I will start it now. Okay, so for the new patch, what we've been told is that there is 3 updates to existing commanders. They've buffed Tina, Robin, and Black. Basically, they just took their 40% skills and brought them to 60%. At this time, we don't see any major changes. So there may be, we just haven't confirmed any yet. So, for example, Chain is now a 60% skill instead of 40, which means he's probably the best answer to Rogers now instead of Lilith, which would have been helpful for last season's galactic battle against GBD's 2 bosses with their 2 Rogers. So, those 3 commanders got buffed. Then, they buffed this new thing called Awaken. Awaken lets you temporarily, and I say temporarily, I mean for 12 hours, use 2 reagents, which you get from Release 10, to awaken a commander. Now, I haven't awakened Robin. I've used it on Bullet. There's 2 types of awakens. Of course, there's 3 commander types, or airship, walker, and infantry. But there's 2 different types of commanders in regards to their value. Anything D, C, or B commanders, natural C, Ds, and Bs, use the cheap version of the reagent, which you get from Release 10. And for infantry, it's the Seed of Elf. For walker and airship, it's another small reagent. But that's because these are less than an A class. If they're an A class, they require a different version of it, which is, there's 3 different versions of those as well. And this is the name of it. I'll just put it for this video. There you go. It's called the Gaussian Alloy. If it's not that, it's the lower reagent. Basically, you click that buff. You get a random buff for 12 hours onto your awakening skill. Your awakening increases from 60% chance to trigger to 75%. See the mouse right there? Bing, 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 bing. And that 75%, that's slightly better, which is going to strengthen, the airship and infantry commanders that focus a lot on, and walker commanders that focus on damage. So, your Stellas, Hoodoos, and Golems all got a buff, while commanders that are afraid of awakenings, like Rocks and Bullets, who use Ignore Tier Suppression skills, got a little punish there. And Rogers gets nothing because his awakening doesn't really do any damage anyway. So, a little bit for the offensive commanders there. And what else? Okay, so the awakening buffs. We've seen Total Crit Wither. We've seen Defense 40 and 47. I imagine there's quite a bit more. I think accuracy was one. I don't know yet. So I'm sure there's plenty of buffs to consider. They're definitely worth counting or buffing before a big fight, because that extra 15% awakening could be the difference in a huge army loss. So that's pretty much what the patch got us. I'm checking chat real quick, guys. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? I think we about covered it. Anything else? Anything else? One more thing. Yes, one more thing. For those of you that want to recap on what I just said way too fast, you can click on the help menu there, and it says, what does Commander Awaken do? And it shows you that the attribute lasts for 12 hours. You can only turn the buff on when your commander has an awakening skill or is S-class. And you cannot stack the buffs. Whenever you trigger a new one, it just replaces the old one and gives you a new 12-hour reset. So that's the new patch in a nutshell. I think that pretty much covers it. Okay, so going back to this live stream, what do we want to do with it?